Here's an interesting game which just had lots of ideas in that are all about defending. It was played by Paul Morphy, the great attacking player, against a chap called Guibert, and it was played in Paris, I think, during Morphy's European tour, and Morphy was playing blindfold, so Guibert could see the pieces, whereas Morphy was sitting in the chair trying to remember where they all were, and was also playing, I think, seven other people at the same time, and he won six of them. So Black starts off, I guess, trying to be solid, and plays e6, and to stop the d pawn advancing any further. As an idea we call restraint. Black's playing enormously solidly, and now in this point, if they castle, there may be an attack by knight to g5 against the h pawn. So Black plays a defensive move, preventing White's threat before it appears. They're not trying to work out if they can defend after they castle. Actually, I think probably just taking on h7 is going to be a thing. There's a now, which way do we do that? I think we take on f7 first, and moves back. Takes, and comes here. Anyhow, it's a powerful attack which I don't think Black wants anything to do with. So h6, preventing White's attack, good idea. c6 again, trying to create a strong point out of d5 that White's got to go around. Knight to e5, and both players shuffle around a bit in the middle. White not anxious to do anything very sudden because they're trying to remember where all the pieces are. So now White moves the rook to the open or half-open e-file, maybe with some threats, and Black decides to close the line that has just been opened. Now Black's got two good pieces out in the middle of the board on the light squares, but they're not permanent squares. White might be able to chase them away. So again, thinking about that possibility, Black plays h5, stopping White's idea of g4, so stopping what you don't want to happen. I mean, this isn't a great position for Black, to be honest, but well, what else might go wrong here for Black? Well, f5 is an idea for White, threatening to come forward with the f-pawn and open up further lines. So Black plays g6, restraining the f5 idea, and again having a look at that f5 square, blockading on the white squares, and White now tries to build up some sort of an attack. Black castles, scooting over to the king side, and now White gangs up in the middle, trying to create some threats. Black's now really quite solid, covering most of the things that they need to, although that bishop's a monster. And with c5, wins a pawn. Black tries to undermine the bishop on d6, and now White sacrifices the exchange, takes and takes, because they're threatening what seems to be unstoppable, which is to move the rook from d5 to c5. So Black sees that one coming, so they sacrifice back sacrificing off this dangerous bishop and preventing that sort of an attack, um, and or at least slowing down that sort of attack. And if in this position takes on d6, that's going to be mate. And if rook to c5, well then there should be some sort of not perpetual check, but we're going to win the queen back, having lost our own queen. So takes on d6, takes on d6, and now a cute idea here now. Rook takes d6, black being tactically alert, gets the pawn back, and after a swap there's a perpetual check, which often is a rescue if you're trying to defend. So lots of defensive ideas in that game. Not a superbly well played game by any means, but given what a genius Paul Morphy was, even when he couldn't see the pieces, I thought Monsieur Guibert did okay there in defending and playing carefully.